And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher Custodio from the City Government of General Trias, and welcome to our Project Management Plan for TM291. We'd like to call on Sir KELVIN MAGTALAS from the National Privacy Commission to give an opening remarks. Sir KELVIN.
Hi, good afternoon po. Thank you for uh, indulging our presentation today and giving us your time to hear us out in terms of our proposal for our group project for UP's GCIO program and Master in Technology Management. So I'll introduce my members, my group mates. Miss CHERRYL MARDERS from Cooperative Development Authority, KELVIN MAGTALAS from the National Privacy Commission, Mr. HIPOLITO from the Department of Information Communications Technology, and one of your own, Mr. Christopher Custodio from the Local Government Unit of City of General Trias. Next should be Sir Christopher to provide acknowledgement to our stakeholders today.
Thank you, Sir KELVIN. And now I would like to acknowledge our stakeholders. To start off, we have from the City of General Trias Office of the Mayor, Honorable Mayor Luis A. Ferrer, City Mayor, represented by Mr. Antonio A. Ferrer Jr., Executive Assistant, and the son of our Congressman Antonio A. Ferrer. We also have with us from the Office of the General Trias City Planning and Development Coordinator, Engineer Jamie Cubillo, to be represented by Engineer Rubelin O. Cahigas. We also have yours truly, Mr. Christopher Custodio, the Information and Communications Technology Office OIC, and my staff. We have Ms. Cristina R. Moreto, Mr. Anjumar T. Noche. We also have Ms. Jeneline R. Ferrer, Ms. Jeremy S. De Los Santos. I'll turn you over to Mr. KELVIN MAGTALAS. Go ahead, Sir KELVIN.
We call ourselves CMMT for our group, which we presented or we initiated interoperable information security governance framework, and we saw the potential for the City of General Trias to implement such projects. Later on, we'll discuss why. For the introduction of the project, so information security governance has the advantage of assisting with priority alignment or removing duplication and lowering inefficiencies especially for public service organizations such as an LGU. So an information security governance framework, when properly implemented, takes into account the company's strategy, operations, and compliance needs, and offers a structure to manage the goals of each and in balanced and systematic way. So since we're entering the fourth digital revolution, wherein data has been the main focus in providing services, whether yung organization is from a public or a private sector, specifically sa public. So we recognize that the government has the majority of databases or collect various information to provide services to the public. So since data has been the mine, the gold mine of the businesses today, we have to protect data, whether it's a personal information, financial, especially in an LGU setting. So the local government unit in the Philippines, whether it's a municipality, city, or capital, or Congress, or regional, faces the problem in terms of keeping up with the requirements of the digital world. So other business and process priorities frequently go beyond just getting their services to the public, efficient and accessible at all times. So while keeping their information asset protected and adherent to the principles of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So we saw the potential for LGU since it has a very limited scope in terms of providing services within their jurisdiction, and mostly based on the National Privacy Commission and the DICT Cybersecurity Center. Local government units uh, have difficulties in terms of complying with the cybersecurity requirements or data privacy requirements. So the objective or the business objectives of this uh, project of our project is to have the local government unit of General Trias to be adherent to the principles of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The project objectives are as follows. The framework is intended to help the LGU or the organization to define their own information security safeguarding requirements related to their information assets, whether it's ICT equipment or the process or the vast information that they process within an information and communications technology environment by specifying a common information security terminology. So to basically provide common terms and definition uh, in their ICT environment. So ano ba yung tawag sa data nila or sa mga assets nila. So defining actors, process owners, and roles in processing of information assets. So sinong units or um, authorized individuals yung considered as process owners or end users. Describing information security and privacy safeguarding requirements. And referencing known information security principles and privacy principles to their processes. For scope description, I'll hand it over to Sir Chris for presenting the scope description.
Thank you, Sir Kelvin. For the scope and description, the scope of this project shall cover the information security management system initiatives or scoping plan of all processes that are acted upon by the information communications technology assets and all personnel within the city of General Trias ICT office, including job orders, contract of service, casuals, coterminus, and other personnel that report to the General Trias LGU. It shall also indirectly affect the general public to whom the services are being provided. Items covered in General Trias LGU ICT, such as available facilities and personal equipments or gadgets, softwares, hardwares, accessories, networking facilities, servers, official electronic mails, official social media page, official websites, and other IT equipment that may be identified. The following output are the acceptance criteria for the effectiveness of this project. Information Security Management System scope for the General Trias LGU, an ISMS technical working group or a committee for the General Trias LGU. We have the following: team lead and members of the project management. And we also have a team lead and members of the process quality review. And next is a team lead and members of training. And the last one is a team lead and members of feedback collection. Next is a risk assessment of the processes of LGU of General Trias. And next is list of processes, owners of General Trias LGU, draft security data privacy policies, implementation timeline, and the IT equipment that may be identified. Okay, I'll turn you over to Sir Paul. Go ahead, Sir Paul.
Hello, sir. I will discuss about the project exclusion. These are excluded in our project. Items and establishments such as plant facilities and equipment that require high capital investment will not be acquired and or procured solely for this project. Other related items or establishments that do not process any data or information. Next are the constraints. What are the constraints? The organization is limited by the technical employees in its ICT office. It was established in 2017 and the LGU has limited number of employees. This policy cannot be cascaded without developing an information dissemination strategy to be led by the ICT office. Next are the assumptions. General Trias Cavite does not have an existing policy related to this. Next, specifically, the ISO IEC 27001 standards will form the basis of this policy. Next, through a legal document, General Trias Cavite announced its intention to establish its own policy. A limited time is allotted for this project, 4 months only, versus the ideal 1 year or more. I will be turning you down to Ms. CHERRYL MARDERS for the next part of the presentation.
Yes, sir. So, ito po yung chart or structure po for the Interoperable Information Security Governance Framework Project. So, ito po yung mga units na kailangan. So, kailangan natin ng project management. And that is, kailangan ng project charter and project schedule. And also, project requirements, like documentation. And also, kailangan po may timekeeping, project reporting, and target output. Ito po mga kailangan natin para ma-monitor, ma-evaluate po natin kung yung ating project ay on target po siya, saka nakikip tayo with the timeline na bibigay po natin. And also, we have project quality review, under which is the management review, process review. Ito po parang pag nag-undergo pa kasi ng like yung QMS po. Ito rin po yung pinagdadaanan siya. Sorry po, medyo maingay yung background. ICT technical review and also documents requirements. And also, we will also need training for this one. Kasi kailangan po syempre i-train po yung ating mga magiging staff on how to implement the project. And also, kailangan din po natin ng feedback collection para alam po natin yung mga comments or recommendations ng internal and external stakeholders po natin. And with this one, syempre mag-aano po tayo. Pwede po through surveys or through suggestions po. Next po. Here is the Gantt chart po. This is the proposed Gantt chart. As you can see, from November to February po yung nakalagay sa Gantt chart. So, dito po nakalagay presentation of project to LGU, which is second week po ang nakalagay, pero actually we are in the 4th week na po, medyo nadali lang po yung pag-present po with sa LGU. And then, as meron ditong approval from the LGU, approval of the project, and also proposal po ay magkaroon po ng any related documents between LGU and the group. And also, kailangan din po mag-constitute or mag-compose ng team within LGU para sila po yung mag-create ng framework for the ICT po. And ito pong conduct product process risk assessment, consultation with internal and external stakeholders. Need din po ito kasi kailangan po makuha natin yung mga yung mga recommendations or suggestions from them. Kung makikita niyo po na sa December na po siya from the Gantt chart. And also, after that, we will finalize and submit the process risk assessment findings. So, ang target date po natin dito is kung i-adjust po natin itong Gantt chart po natin ng 2 weeks. So, third week and 4th week of December natin pwedeng ma-finalize and submit yung ating process risk assessment findings. And then, presentation of findings and recommendations to the LGU. Represent ulit tayo. drafting of the scope of Information Security Management System of LGU. So doon na po siya sa week po ng January. And then we will draft drafting workshop. Kakaroon po ng workshop in preparation for the scope of the policies and procedures of each unit. And after that, meron po presentation of the outputs to the authorized official, which is I think dito ang mayor po natin ang authorized official, or kung policy po nito ay ICTO lang po yung i-implement nitong project nito, si Sir Chris po yung authorized official na pwede mag-approve po dito. Review and finalization, baka po kasi meron pang inputs po yung authorized official po, and then finally po yung approval from the LGU of the project. So hindi ko lang po alam kung ano po dito, need po ng approval po ng SP or SV po from your side. Okay, next po. Ayun po, that is here, the risks.
Ayun, Ma'am Cheryl, siguro kung kailangan ng approval ng sanggunian, the policy is hindi naman po ito pang public. So this will be implemented in my office, Information and Communications Technology. I'll just have to write a letter to our local chief executive, sa ating pong mayor, for his approval kung pwede naming i-implement itong project management plan na piniresent po. So, yun lang naman po siguro.
Bali po, balikan ko lang po, yung proposal lang po yung sa Gantt chart. So, hanggang February po kasi yung proposal, but we are targeting po sana by January, by the end of the semester po sana, ma-implement na siya or magawa na po yung policy po natin at ma-implement na siya. So, pero proposal pa lang po yung na-present namin sa inyo.
Nandiyan naman po ang aming representative from the Office of the Mayor. I-discuss po definitely ni Sir Toby yung ating pong pinresent kay Mayor, and then after that, ako din po magre-report sa aming local chief executive kung he will allow this policy to be implemented in my office.
Thank you, sir. And then finally, the risks. Sir Paul.
Hello ulit.
Yes, sir.
Salamat po, Ma'am Cheryl. So I will discussing about the risk. Bali po, ito po yung pinakamit ng ating project. In-identify lang po namin yung mga examples ng mga risk. Ito po, dadaan po ito sa workshops para ma-identify po yung mga specific risk na pwedeng makuha ng ating LGU. Firstly is the non-compliance risk or non-compliance cost. So kung hindi natin ito na-implement, merong regulatory fines, litigation cost, and remediation cost. So ito na, pag pumunta na ito sa korte. Next is direct business cost. So revenue or performance loss from customer abandonment or avoidance. Example, kung yung nag-introduce tayo ng system tapos mali yung paggamit, syempre yung ating mga users, parang ayaw nilang gamitin kasi iniisip nila at risk sila. Next is damage to reputation. So LGU brand damage, loss of public customer trust. Imagine natin, pag nagkaroon tayo ng problema ngayon, lalo na't may social media, nakapost na tayo sa social media pag meron tayong problemang nakita ng ating mga customers. Next is harm to internal organizational culture. So impact on capability of organization or unit to achieve vision and mission. So impact on productivity, employee morale stemming from conflicts with internal and cultural values or ethics. May tendency po, pag hindi po maganda ang ating paggamit ng ating mga ICT resource, so nagkakaroon po tayo ng internal conflict. Kumbaga, yung isang tao gagamit ng yung palang may problema, yung isa kasi nagsisisihan po sa isang organization. Example lang po yan. So, it will be discussed further. So, yun na po ang ating risk. Dadaan pa po ito sa workshop. So, thank you po. Next po.
Sir Chris, dito na po pupunta ang ating usapan sa question and answer with our stakeholders. We'd like to ask ang ating po mga stakeholders kung meron po kayong katanungan, any clarification po dito po sa aming presentation. The table is now open po. Siguro po, let's ask Sir Toby from the Office of the Mayor. Sir Toby, do you have any further question po sa aming presentation?
Wala po. Wala po.
And thank you, Sir Toby, from the Office of the Mayor. Would like to ask from the sa ating pong CPDC, Ms. Rubilin. Do you have a question po?
Wala naman po, sir.
Would like to ask from my office, siguro unahin ko muna po siguro sa akin as part of the officer in charge of the ICT office dito po sa General Trias. Pag-analyze ko po sa ating proposal, we will be needing kumbaga to request for a budget allocation for the implementation of this project. Kasi ano po, kakailanganin po siguro natin, particularly doon po sa workshop, trainings, yung katulad po na sinabi ni Sir Paul kanina, kailangan, konti lang, hindi naman actually malaki. Ilalagay po natin siguro sa meals and snacks lang po. Pagdating naman po doon sa materials na gagamitin nila, I could request na lang po siguro ang ating Office of the Mayor para maka-request po ako sa General Services Office para sa mga office supplies yung gagamitin po nilang susulatan nila or any logbook or any notebook or any po na materials na gagamitin po para sa seminars and workshop po natin. So, yun lamang po siguro. I don't think that I have a question with our presentation. Would like to ask Miss Tina Moreto from the ICT office. Ay nga pala, meron siyang ano right now. Hindi pa siya makapagsalita at may masama yung kayong pakiramdam. But thank you, Miss Tina, for attending. Kanina po kasi morning nagsabi na siya sa akin pero at least naka-attend ka pa rin. Thank you. I would like to ask, next is Mr. Anjo Marnoche. Anjo, do you have a further question or any clarification with our presentation?
For now, we do not have any questions, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anjo. I would like to ask Ms. Jenny. Jenny, do you have any question? May problem ang kanyang microphone. She's in front of me actually. Thank you, Ms. Jenny. Ms. Jamie, do you have any questions with our presentation? Okay. Sinabi rin po niya, I have no question daw po. So with that, thank you. At least wala kayo gaanong question pa for now. Siguro pagka medyo nilatag na po namin doon sa susunod na phase po ng aming project management plan, yung aming proposal, doon po siguro magkakaroon na tayo ng konting questions. Ayun po siguro. We would like to thank Mr. Toby Ferrer from the Office of the Mayor, Ms. Rubilin from CPDC, Ms. Tina, Mr. Anjo, Jenny, and Jamie from the Office of ICT Office. Thank you for listening and participating sa aming presentation. Sir Kelvin, do you have any additional para po sa ating mga participants and guests?
For me, if may questions naman po or suggestions regarding dun sa aming project, then reach us po through Sir Chris din po. And as mentioned din po ni Sir Paul kanina, yung mga na-provide na risk is for the organization to further improve its ICT infrastructure tsaka efficiency in providing services. Especially now na government agencies, LGU or SUCs are transitioning to more to digital processing. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Kelvin. Would like to ask Ms. CHERRYL. Ma'am CHERRYL.
Thank you, sir. Nakakasalamat po kami. We thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to accommodate us. So, thank you rin po sa pakikinig and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Ayan, thank you, Ma'am CHERRYL. Sir Paul, do you have any additional po?
Hope to see you in the next chapters and the next moving forward for this front.
Ayan, with that, maraming salamat po sa pakikinig sa aming project management plan presentation. Sa ngalan po ng aking mga kasamahan, Sir Kelvin, Sir Paul, and Ma'am CHERRYL, sa ating pong mga guests and stakeholders, Salamat pong muli sa pakikinig and magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Dito na po nagtatapos ang ating meeting. Salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you very much po.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.